It's Port Credit versus Oakville. This is Hood versus Hood. 3 rounds, one winner, judged by a Toronto realtor who's been there, sold that. Port Credit has quietly developed one of the best restaurant strips in the 905. In Port Credit, the spot is always on or near Lakeshore. And the closer it is to the water, the longer the wait and the higher the price. The food scene is what happens when a lakefront village gets discovered, gets good restaurants, gets expensive, and then gets a farmer's market, in that exact order. The Oakville brunch situation is made up of people who drove a Range Rover 3 minutes to get there. And they'll describe the Eggs Benny experience as our spot until the end of time. In Oakville, discovering a new restaurant means it opened 8 months ago and your neighbor finally mentioned it at the club, and it's already impossible to get a table. In Oakville, the cocktails are classic, the pour is generous, and the bartender has been there long enough to know your order. Round one, Port Credit. Fun in Port Credit is the Marina Walk, Farmers Market, brewery visit, and then home by 9. Port Credit's waterfront trail on a summer morning is one of the 905's most enjoyable experiences. The Port Credit Marina is full of boats that get used about 4 weekends per summer, but are talked about by their owners all year long. In Oakville, fun is a sail club, a golf club, a tennis club, and a book club, and the wait list for all four is legit. A spontaneous night out is a reservation for dinner made months in advance. In Oakville, fun is tasteful, reliable, and just the right amount of expensive to avoid offending your neighbors. Round two, Port Credit. Port Credit is where Mississauga money goes when it wants lakefront adjacency and the ability to say we're basically Oakville. In Port Credit, 1.4 million gets you a detached home within walking distance of the lake. And Port Credit housing is priced by people who know how much you want to be near that lake without paying Oakville prices. In Oakville, the cost of living stopped being a number and became a postal code. In Oakville, 2.5 million is not a luxury purchase. It's barely a starter home. And Oakville real estate is priced for people who stopped asking what things cost long ago. Round three, Port Credit. It's a clean sweep for Port Credit. Because Oakville may be the dream, but Port Credit is the reality most of us can afford.